Hey everybody, this is Blackwing Ninja again, coming with you for another video from the Dueling Network. This one with my friend Zach, also known as the Everyday Duelist. Link will probably be in my other channels box. I'm playing Tech Genus Zombies, and he's playing his Karakuri Exodia deck list. So I opened up pretty good setup, so I'm just going to go ahead, set Sangin, set the back row, and pass. Now we both know what each other's. We both know what we're playing, and we're on the phone actually while playing this match. So there's no need to ask for responses and everything. We were actually talking to each other. So I had the Call of the Haunted and the Sangin. So I just went ahead and drew into Bottomless, set it, and normal summoned my Rush Rhino. Asked for a response, but we really didn't have to. We were on the phone, so he's like, no, I don't have a response. And I'm like, why am I typing this? We're on the phone. And so I go ahead and I attack his fortress, which he really should have gone aggro with. He targeted my face-down Sangin, and I kind of laughed. So I went ahead and I did my search. Searched for another Tech Genus Werewolf, making him think I only had one. So went ahead and searched that, and ended my turn. He's playing Karakuri, so I know he's really explosive, and I can be really explosive too. So he's actually playing Karakuri Exodia, which is his own idea. He thought, well, Karakuri have a lot of draw power, so why not? He summons his Watchdog and synchros for a level 8. Makes himself a burrito. Made himself a burrito. So I bottomless it. He gets the priority, so he gets to. It's an ignition effect, so when it's summoned, he gets the special summon. So I'm just gonna respond to the summon and bottomless it. And he goes for another Nisamu. And then he. Pretty sure he ends his turn here, if I remember. We just played this game today, so I'm doing the editing. Draw into a Mirror Force, really good. And I'm just going to go ahead and attack his Nisamu, let him go ahead and get what he wants. I'm not too worried about his straight-up Karakuri, because he said it himself. Against me, he really doesn't like to play aggro, because a lot of my decks have really conservative pushes. Like, really conservative. Like, I'll have an answer to a lot of what he's doing. So he gets another Nisamu, and I end my turn. I got a Mirror Force face down, Call the Haunted face down, so he sets monster, pass. He sets monster, he's got Nisamu defense, and a set monster back row. I'm thinking, he doesn't really have too much. So I go ahead and I draw and summon my Rush Rhino. Rush. And I attack his face down. I don't know what it is, but and it's a Karakuri barrel. So rather than leaving him a tuner, I destroy it. He doesn't take any damage. Karakuri, pretty much a little wall. I kind of have to get rid of it because he activates an anatomy. I don't want him to synchro, because once he synchros, he could have gone Brionic and bounced my stuff and set me back a turn. So I normal summon my Goblin Zombie here, enter my battle phase, attack his Nisamu, his soldier. Go ahead and let him get the effect on that. It's okay. So he gets the effect. He's looking through his deck, and I'm thinking, well, I'm probably going to mill off a card of his deck. And I was like, I really hope I mill off one of those Exodia pieces. And he's like, no, you really don't. I'm kind of worried about what he's going to get here. So he summons his barrel, save him from some damage, and I'm milling a card. So he gets his barrel, and it goes to defense, and then it doesn't die, and then I kill it with the Goblin Zombie. And then I just go ahead and I end my turn here. There's not really too much he can do. He knows that. So he goes for the reckless play, activates his reckless greed, draws 2. He's got another anatomy now. So he goes ahead and he summons his quick and enters his battle phase here. I'm sitting on a Mirror Force, so I really don't care. He goes to attack the Rush Rhino, and I Mirror Force. He's really sad face right now. Doesn't really have a response. So he's like, oh god, please don't kill me. And I'm like, don't know. You should see my hand right now. It's pretty bad. I think he accidentally drew off the Reckless, but that's okay. It wasn't going to do anything. Well, he set the Reckless on top to remind him not to draw. And then he drew. He drew one off the anatomy. That's what he did. So I'm pretty sure I can kill him here. So I go ahead and I activate my Call of the Haunted, or I normal summon Tech Genius Striker. And then I'm like, okay, special summon Sangan, but I'm like, oh wait, I have to show him why. So I flip my Call of the Haunted, get the Sangan off, and I synchro with Sangan Striker and my Goblin Zombie for level 9, and he's like, you better not Trishula me, and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna Trishula you. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try and kill you now. So I gonna go ahead and Trishula. I'm gonna get rid of that anatomy, because that's the only card he has on his field. Definitely want to remove the Fortress, because I don't want him synchroing or aggroing with it. And I choose that card in hand. I don't know why. Just random card in hand. That one seemed like a good one. Turned out to be the 6-star one. So, yeah, it was. Accidentally send my mine to the grave. So I forget my Sangan search. I actually forgot my Goblin Zombie search, but it didn't matter, so it's okay. So I just searched for, Striker, in case something went wrong. By the way, the Goblin Zombie would have just messed him up even more, so it doesn't really matter. And so, I'm looking. He asked me about Wonder Magician. He's like, so, do you even use Blade? I was like, I could have gone. And if I wanted to, I could have gone into a 5-star, but I only would have done that if I had. Oh well, here he's going to make a play here, so he's cash shedding it up. He asked me about that. I said if I had TG Hyper Librarian in here, then yeah, I would have went into the Librarian and then did more shenanigans, but I don't have one. And he searches his quick, normal summons it. And then he synchros, and I was like, that's a bit odd. I didn't think you would do that. And he's like, why not? And I was like, well, you could have just attacked with the quick over the Rush Rhino, special summoned a monster like your soldier or your barrel, and then synchroed. You would have done like a little less damage, but you would have preserved yourself more. And he was like, oh well, forgot about that. So he synchros for his Barai, switches my Trishula to defense mode, which don't really care at the moment. Then he goes through his deck. Sorry. He goes through his deck. He's looking for something. Don't know what yet. Yeah, he goes and he searches his Saizen, his watchdog, and he attacks over Trishula. But since it served its purpose to pretty much wreck his setup, I don't really care. And he ends turn. And then I draw into Burial, so that's really good. I I go ahead and normal summon my Tech Genius Striker. And I synchro for a level 6 Brionic. And I activate Brionic. It doesn't really matter, so I ditch the Zombie Master and actually the Burial. I bounce them both, and Brionic attacks for game. He didn't draw into like any of he drew into a couple of combo pieces, but I just had too many answers.